Guess not how to do this. What's going on YouTube? This is Trev. If you like my stuff, like and subscribe, please. It's nothing special. I haven't put up much lately. I've had just kind of a lot of stuff going on. I don't really care to post these, but I mean, there's a lot of people commenting, so I'm gonna post a couple things. But as you can see, I am feeding the little ones. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Chica pao? Chica pao. So, but just wanted to get up on here real quick. So, last I think I was putting up a video was heading out to California. So I did do that. Did not work out. It's a lot of stuff just kind of compounded on top of each other, and it was just not ideal situation with just being home back here in Dallas, moving family out to California, the pay, it was just nothing, everything I was sold was like not true whatsoever. So, and that's okay, you know, you live and you learn. I took a little bit of a risk to leave Sierra, England. It's just what it is. So what else? So I was there for probably like a month and a half, close to 2 months. It was dope, you know. I was driving a 450, pulling a 5-car hauler, and that was cool. Definitely different experience. If you're ever going to be running hot shot, I would recommend the number one thing that was wrong with working for this guy was that he did not have all his ducks in a row. So therefore, yes, Mama, are you done? So therefore, it didn't work out. I got pulled over, and they put me out for, you know, freaking 10 hours. It was just stupid. It's like, it's not worth it. They're going to be a lot more anal. They're going to be a lot more anal with you if you are a hot shot, because of the fact, and I think, well, this is my opinion, is that if you're a hot shot driver, you technically have an easier way to get in the commercial game without having to do much. You technically don't need a CDL, but you still have to follow the rules. Like the vehicle I was pulling, you're gonna need a CDL, with just weight wise and all that kind of stuff. If you're driving like a 3-car trailer, you don't really need a CDL. So that's how a lot of people get into the game earlier, because you're able to just buy a truck, get a fifth wheel, and just, you know, mount it to the bed, and you know, and be able to get that rolling. I'm gonna go grab some baby wipes, so give me a second. So it was pretty cool though. It was fun. I mean, honestly, it was a brand new truck, I guess pretty much brand new trailer. I had one blowout. I was going about 75, which was actually the average speed that I was going, which the best mileage, gas mileage I was able to get was going about 60 to 65 miles an hour, sadly. The truck, I mean, the guy who had this whole setup, he was not prepared. I mean, what he should have done was already have a like a diesel refiller tank in the back of like 20-30 gallons. So once, you know, you're down half a tank already, you're able to just, you know, refill your tank when you pull over, and you don't have to pay for anything. So you technically pay for like, so he had, it was like, I forget the amount. It was like 30 something gallons, 38 gallons for just the car, for just the truck. And then it was, I know, it was, and then you can get tanks and mount them in the bed, you know, 20, 30 gallon tanks. and that stuff works really well. I would recommend that because you don't want to keep gassing up every 300 miles, because that truck alone will be able to go about 300 miles with a trailer. But if it has no trailer, you can push probably close to 600 miles. But that's because you know you're hauling stuff. No sir. So so that was okay. So anyway, so it didn't work out. Ended up coming back home to Dallas. Just kind of figuring some stuff out. I'll be honest, I smoked a ton of weed in Cali. That was now months ago. But I smoked a ton of weed in Cali. So, you know, getting into the commercial license driving, you get hair tested and, you know, and all this stuff. The guy who hired me didn't do any of that. It was more of a private thing. And it was a friend of my sister's, so it's kind of like he just, you know, he needed somebody to drive. So he didn't really care, you know, as long as I'm not obviously smoking while I'm driving. That would not be good. But yeah, so, you know, and I'll be honest, so once I got there, he kept blowing me off for about a month. So I got there and I was ready to work that day, and or that week, you know, I got there like on I think it was like the end of the week, like a Friday, Saturday, and I was ready to work Monday. But then he kept telling me that he couldn't do this, couldn't do that, he had to get this, had to get that. I was like, bro, like you're wasting my time. I should have left. I should have came back home. I should have just went to CR England. I should have just, you know, did my thing. But I didn't. I stuck around and I kept working. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. I could probably do like a review about it, but that's the basics of it. So it took forever. It was just not professional. It was just ridiculous. It was probably a bad decision, you know, at the end all be all. But it was a bad decision at the end, but at the end of the day, you know, I did learn a lot of stuff. So, but came back home, you know, and started working. Did a little bit of Uber just to be busy, but you know, with all that stuff that I was getting into, you know, you're not gonna pass a hair test. I'll tell you that right now. I did my own private hair test. If you guys are willing to go do that to make sure you can pass the test before you apply for a job, go do your own private hair test first to make sure you're good. Because if you don't, you will lose your license. You will lose your license. You cannot work for a company. They're going to take your license away from you. You can reapply, I believe what I've read, in like 2 years. But you know, after that, they don't have to accept you for a commercial license again. Listen to what I said. You can reapply, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you'll be able to get the license again, because it's going to be history on your commercial license. So just understand that if you guys are getting in and, like, you know, do people hair test? Look, at the end of the day, if you want to be working commercial, you know, I'm a no discrimination of anybody, what they do with their lives. This is just my opinion and like my experience with everything I've been going through. So, you know, if you want to do whatever you want to do, you know, that's of course at your discretion. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't be doing. So at the end of the day, you know, you really want to just make sure you have your priorities set straight. And you guys have everything done the way you need it to be done. That way things can go according to your plan and you have a successful, come here little mama. You have a successful career. It is going to be hard. It's going to be hard finding a job that's going to pay super good in the beginning of the first year while you work. Again, my advice to be, get a job that you're going to be okay working, budget, everything like that, and stick with it for at least a year. I'm telling you guys, if you look up companies that are driving, these companies are paying 6 figures to people that have just minimum 1 year of experience, which is insane. So there's a huge opportunity if you guys want to stick with it, you know, and get that stuff done. I mean, there's so much money in this industry. And then, so I had a job that I was going to go get into before I took my drug test, my hair follicle test. It's a 5-panel test, by the way. So there's like 5 different drugs they test for, so I went and took that, but the company I was going to work with, I'm going to be making, you know, eventually once I have to wait a few months, eventually once I get all cleaned out, that company, it's a pharmaceutical company, drop and hook, no touch freight, nothing like Family Dollar. It's team driving. So, I'm going to be making $1,800 to over $2,000 a week. And that's just driving, so it's going to really depend on what you guys want to do. I'm home now. I'm going to be doing, I got some security stuff I'm working. Obviously, as you guys see, I am home with the little gremlins. So, I'm kind of watching my girlfriend's out with my oldest. Talia, why you gotta be like this? So, so at the end of the day, I've got some security stuff I'm doing. I do like private security, and I do some armed security stuff. So that, as long as stuff gets paid and you stay busy and everything like that, everything's good. But going to be getting into the trucking game in a little bit. I gotta give it some time, and you have to really make sure that you make the right decision the first time. I've got a lot to lose. I can't just lose my license. I can't just make crazy fast decisions unless I know guarantees and I know things are going to be taken care of. That's just me. I mean, if you're single, look, if you want a truck and you're single and you don't want to have rent, and you want to just drive and you just want to work, dude, trucking is like, there's not a better job, I don't think, for somebody that wants to travel, and for somebody that is single or like getting out of high school, or wants to get into the game like that. It's amazing. I think trucking's a great opportunity. It's very consistent. You're always on the move. You learn a lot of people skills. You learn a lot of skills across the board about talking to people, and about driving as well. Obviously, I mean, you're going to be driving an 18-wheeler, with a 53-foot trailer. So there's a lot of, oh my gosh, Talia, there's a lot of opportunity there. So I'm not giving up at all, you guys. I mean, I love driving. I mean, there's, I didn't just get my commercial license for nothing. So I just got to be patient. I got to wait. I would love to eventually own my own business and just have stuff like that, but we'll see where things go. And what is she doing? And so drive carefully. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave a comment. If there's any detailed questions you guys might have, just again, leave it in the comment section. But I hope you guys are doing great. You guys are highly blessed and favored. Just understand, you need to keep moving forward. Everything in life is temporary. We're here for a little bit, whether it's, you die at 20 or you die when you're 100. I always like to say, live today like you're going to die tomorrow, but plan today like you'll live forever. I mean, enjoy life and do things you guys want to do, and stop spending time on things you guys don't want to do. Life's too short to not want to do stuff. Life's too short, Talia. Life's too short to be doing things you don't enjoy. The society, just Instagram, social media, just all this stuff going on. So much stuff is advancing right now that I think, sometimes people lose perspective, and, they think about stuff in a way that, might be a little jaded, or they compare themselves a little too much. I just want to put that out there. Hope you guys are doing great. Keep moving forward, and keep trucking and keep working hard. Bye.